You're right.
Hello? Guys, can you let me know if you guys can hear me? It doesn't seem that way.
Yes, we can.
Good night, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Wasn't coming through before. All right, so we're gonna get started. I'm not hearing Angela. Okay. So, ladies, we have a powerhouse this evening to share with us. Her name is Miss Angela Cruickshank. I had the absolute pleasure of meeting her, spending some time with her, knowing her as a person, not just as the mentor, not just as the wife, the mother, but she's a beautiful person. And I am so excited for you guys to hear from her. Very powerful. She's helped so many women all over the world to change their lives, healthier, wealthier lifestyles. And you know, that's what we're all about. So without further ado, people in the room, people on Zoom, hand it over to Miss Angela Cruickshank.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Can you hear me, Faith? Let me know if you can hear me.
Give me 2 seconds.
I don't know if you guys can hear me or see me. Let me know.
We can see you for sure.
Okay. And hopefully you can hear me. Feedback, I think, coming through on your end. Yes.
Are we gonna listen to she true? Be fine. That might be the problem. See?
You can hear me. Okay. I think online we can hear you. I don't know if where you are with the group in the room, if they can hear. Okay, perfect. I guess you guys can all hear me. Well, first of all, let me give it back over to Faith. Let's put some 777s in the chat. Let's, definitely give a round of applause for those of you that's in the room, just for being a leader of leaders and making sure that the folks that God has assigned to her is able to get access to information that I believe can absolutely transform their lives. And, I got the opportunity, like Faith said, to meet her about a year ago, maybe a little bit more, and just recognize what an incredible individual she is, truly has a heart to serve, and more importantly, has a heart to make a significance in people's lives. I often say that there's a difference between being successful and being significant. See, success is when you have it going on You drive the nice cars, you have the nice home, and the millions of dollars in your bank. But significance is how many people can you help go along with you for the journey. So we recognize, being part of this platform, we have a health and wealth opportunity. Obviously, I see you guys and you ladies are in the room. I don't know if there's any guys there, but I know I saw some ladies in the room, that you're there for your health side, but there's many different levels to health, and obviously health is wealth, right? Health is wealth. So we recognize that we want to be a full force to reckon with, by making sure that not only is our bank accounts healthy, but our bodies are healthy as well. And that's what I love about being able to align with a person like Faith, was we both saw the vision of being part of something that could stretch us. And anything that gets stretched can never go back to its original form. And so being able to participate in a place where not only is our bank account growing, but we're also physically getting better. Me personally, my journey in this space, looking to lose weight, looking for ways to get rid of all these ailments that I was having. It wasn't until I started utilizing the products that I had here. I literally was working out every day, and I didn't see any weight drop off of me, because my metabolism started changing, my life, my body started changing. Those ladies who know about going through that phase of, life changes, things don't come off, the weight don't come off as it used to. You're having the hot and cold sweats and all that stuff. So my body wasn't doing what it normally would do just from working out. And some people might have thyroid issues and, metabolic issues, all kinds of different things. And I recognize, in using the products that we had, I was able to lose 18 pounds in the first 3 weeks, just utilizing the sprays. I saw a good friend of mine, Sonia Atchison. I saw her lose, at that point, I think it was about 28 pounds. And I asked her a question: what are you using that you're utilizing that is letting you drop this weight? And she said, I'm using the sublingual sprays. And if you understand anything about the sublingual methodology, what it really does is it bypasses your digestive system and automatically goes into your bloodstream. Hence is why you're getting the results that you get faster. I didn't know that. I didn't know that actually was even a thing. So when I started utilizing it, I recognized very quickly, oh my goodness, this actually works, right? And then of course we introduced the juice, and the Alive juice. This juice right here literally will have you alive. I have boxes of it all over my house. As a matter of fact, I just got a whole shipment of the Alive single juice serving. I don't know if you guys are able to get it over there in Barbados, where you are, but these right here, this right here is liquid gold, pretty much. When I started utilizing this, adding this to my recipe of the 3 sprays, long story short, I end up losing 31 pounds. And people were just really like shocked, because they saw my before and after pictures. I wish I had it here to show you too, Faith, so people could see. They just couldn't believe that this was what I was doing. And I'm not against working out. I think you should. Now, obviously, it forced me to want to work out even more and get more involved. My husband walks every day. I have a Peloton bike. Even now, I just told me the other day, because I put on a couple more pounds, because, we like to eat, right? But I said to him, I said, I got to get back on it. I got to get back on just getting my body moving again and getting my body back in line, because I don't want to just be relying on the products. Obviously, they're great products, and outside of that, the ailments are gone, and all the different things that I had going on, we see that it has changed as well. But I want to make sure that I have a regimen, right? I have something that's helping me, in addition to just having products, and also getting my mentality, my mental health right. And so, when Faith asked me to talk about, just come on here, because today is really about mindset, about mindfulness and mindset training, and really understanding. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Yes. Okay, perfect. I think we got people jumping in. So I don't know if you want to make somebody a host and maybe mute people as they come on. Today about muscle mindset, I was thinking, what can I share with this group of women that already know what it takes to be successful, that already knows what they're going to need in order to really have the results that you're looking for. But I'll tell you this, and I'll give you a little bit of my background in my journey to success, because I think the formula that we use if you use it the right way, it can work in any area of your life, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your relationship with, your significant other, your children, your business, your body, whatever it is. because success has a formula, right? There's certain things that you have to do, especially when we're dealing with your mind and your mindset, and really understanding what that needs to be and how do I actually tweak it if it needs tweaking, or how do I evolve it if it needs to evolve. Because it wasn't until I understood this that everything completely shifted for me, right? Completely shifted. I come from a background where my parents told me go to school, get a good education so I could get a good job with benefits, and I did that. Worked for a big corporation here in the in Miami, Florida, made multiple six figures, and thought I was winning. And then I got connected to the right people. That's a clue, ladies, because you are the direct circumference of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you show me your friends, I'll show you exactly who you are. And you can't say I'm not like them. Yeah, you are. You may not even want to agree with it, but you are, because you attract that who you are. That's just a fact, right? So I made a decision that, you know what, I wanted to be in a different place. But it was the mindset that I had was what my parents taught me: go to school, get a good education, good job, and you're winning. And then I started getting around women where I thought 6 figures a year, multiple 6 figures a year was what? You're killing it. But then I got around women who were doing 6 figures a month. And I was like, well, what's different about them? I got around women that, you know what, when they put a goal up to lose weight, or they put a goal up to whatever it was, travel the world, bring in, go on, sit on boards of directors and all these things, they were actually accomplishing it. And what I recognized was it was their mindset. See, our mindset, I love the title of this, muscle mindset, because our mindset, our mind is a muscle, right? And like any muscle, you're working out, you know that your muscle has memory. Yes or yes? You know your muscle has memory, drop a 777 in the chat, right? This is why even when you're working out, if you've ever worked with a trainer, I've been fortunate to work with trainers many times, they don't repeat the same exercise every single day. They take breaks within it because they don't want your muscles to remember that and then it doesn't do anything. But our minds are the same way. Our minds have that muscle that has a memory. And the memory typically is what we've been taught. Go to school, get a good education, good job, do these specific things, and you will live like everybody else. Well, here's the question you got to ask yourself. Do I want to live like everybody else? Or do I want to live an exceptional, extraordinary life? How many of you want to live an exceptional, extraordinary life? Raise your hand. Because that was me. I did not want to be ordinary and average. And I recognized in order to not be that, I had to do things a little bit different. So tonight I'm going to give you a couple of tips that I've utilized, and the women that I get the pleasure that God has entrusted to me to coach and mentor. These are some of the things that we talk about, because I recognize that until I understood this thing, I was not going to get the results I was looking for. And I don't care what it is that you're talking about. Those of you who are there, your goal is probably to lose a couple pounds or whatever it is, or restructure your body or make more money, or, whatever it is. If you don't get this under control, you could be just spinning what we call the rat race, or on that wheel, that circle going round and round and round, and you're not getting any different results. So one of the things to develop a healthy mindset and a strong mindset is you've got to really cultivate what's the word? You got to cultivate resilience. See, resilience is something that a lot of us, because we've never been hit with any kind of adversity, guess what? We don't even know how to operate that. We don't know how to actually take resilience and cultivate it. Life is going to life you. You're going to have hardships. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have temptations. You're going to have people coming to you, if you're on your fitness journey and say, girl, let's go on, let's have a couple drinks. Let's eat this food. You're going to have to develop and cultivate resilience so that you can say, you know what? No. And even when you have the setbacks or the losses, you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to learn the art of bouncing back. How do I bounce back from a setback or a loss? Because for you to get the right mindset, you can't get caught up in, oh my goodness, I lost. Oh my goodness, this week didn't go the way that I planned. You got to understand that setbacks is a part of the journey. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Let me say that again. Every setback is a setup for a comeback, and not only a comeback, a greater comeback. So what you do is you learn from the setback, and you say, okay, what was the lesson I needed to learn here so that I can know, so that I don't have to repeat that. and that my comeback can be greater. I don't know any woman that I've ever been around that has had success in any area of their life that have not spoken to me about some kind of loss or setback that has caused her to amplify her to integrate resilience and cultivate it and become greater. It's just not possible because you don't even know what you're made of until you have some kind of setbacks, right? The other thing is discipline. Stick to the plan. For you to have that strong mindset, you're gonna have to stick to the plan. You're gonna have to learn how to discipline yourself to stick to what the plan of action is. Avoid those impulses to just do things just because, and stick to the things that's gonna keep you consistent and committed for the long haul. This is not a short-term thing. When you're running for a goal, it's not an overnight success in anything. If you want to get abs, you don't go into the gym and in 3 days, you don't see the abs popping up. And you're like, all right, well, this ain't working. I mean, Faith, am I right? I look at Faith's legs. Girl, you remind me of when I was in my 21, somewhere around there. I'm still over there. But I'm like, she had to do some work for them legs to look like they look. She had to be disciplined. So you're looking at these legs and like, dang, her legs, you need to put insurance on those legs, right? But there was discipline that had to be involved for your legs to look the way they look. Yes or yes, right? So it's the same thing, ladies, in business. If you're not winning, I guarantee you, in our line of business, we have something called a calendar that we work by if you're serious about your business. If I look at your calendar and I don't see anything on your calendar in terms of any activity for your business, I already know you're not in business. You're not really a businesswoman. I already know if nothing's on your calendar for this week, today's Monday. What are you doing today? Or did you just sit back and hope somebody just drop in your lap and you're going to make some money? Or did you not work out today and say, well, I'll just wait till tomorrow? You got to be disciplined. You got to stick to the script. Stick to it, right? The other thing a mindset has to know, in order to have a strong mindset, you got to be able to embrace adaptability. Listen, guys, life is always changing. Things are always changing. There is something about a person who's willing to pivot and adapt to the situation or the circumstances. And they understand that, you know what, I'm going to need a new strategy. I'm going to have to adjust somehow. I'm going to have to take a different approach. I'm going to have to be flexible on how I'm doing what I'm doing so that I can get the results that I need. The worst thing you can do, and this is the mindset of most people, because again, this is what we're told. Well, this is how I do it. I've always done it this way. This is how I do it. That is the worst mindset you can have, because a true strong mindset says, this is the way I've always been doing it, but it's not working. And so I need to change the way I've been doing things. And unfortunately, too often, many of us don't have the right mentors around us or women around us, really mentors or coaches, that is bold enough to say to you, that's not going to work, right? So we go down this journey 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and we're in the wrong vein, doing things the wrong way. But because that's the way we've always done it, we're not willing to adapt and change. We're not even willing to listen. And I can always tell when a person is in that space because they keep telling you about what they used to do. Well, clearly what you used to do ain't working. But keep telling me. Hopefully, one day it clicks. I don't focus on what I used to do. I'm like, what is different in this season in what I'm doing right now? And how can I change what I'm doing so that I can get the results that I'm looking for, right? So you got to be adaptable. You got to be able to recognize when it's time to pivot, when it's time to shift. If someone had told me I would be in this space, 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, I would have said absolutely not. My goal was to, I'm a serial entrepreneur. My brother, my sister, and I, we were opening up barbershops and hair salons in Brooklyn, New York. My goal was to open up 7 of them, franchise them, and that's how we're going to make our money. But God said, nope, that's not what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. Now, had I not been open to the opportunity of pivoting and thinking, well, let me at least look at this position, I would have never been able to make 7 figures in this space, ever. I would have never got to meet the people that I've met, travel the world, be on some of the biggest platforms. I would have never been the person that I am today if I wasn't willing to adapt and change my trajectory based on the fact that I recognized what I was doing was not necessarily working. And so it is with anything that you do. Anything that you do. If you're in a relationship and that relationship's not working, you got to make a decision. What do I need to do differently? Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. The other thing a powerful mindset does is it knows how to be patient in the process. It's going to require you to be patient. This is not an overnight thing, guys. Building a mindset, building a strong mindset, it takes time. It takes time. I know we live in a microwave society where we want everything right away. I want it right now. I want it today. I want to, please, if I could caution you in anything, avoid the temptation of chasing after these quick results. Avoid that. Especially on Instagram, we can get so caught up in looking at people's lives and be like, why is she doing that? How is she doing it that way? You don't know how long. Her chapter 10 could have been, her chapter 10 is what you're probably got, you came on board at. But you didn't see chapter 1 through 9 when she was struggling, where she was stressed out, where she was in a place of, depression and all those things. So you got to get to a place where you're patient with your process. A true, strong mindset understands that. And let me tell you, when you're patient, that doesn't mean that you're not doing anything. That means that in your time of being patient, you're studying, you're doing the work that you need to do, but you're just literally waiting on God to put the things that you want in front of you in his timing. Right? So you're not concerned, you're not worried, you're not anxious, you're not operating from a place of anxiety. Why me? Why not now? Why not? No, you're patient. You're patient with your process and you're okay with, how it's unfolding in front of you. And the only competition, let me tell you, one of the main things that you want to focus on so that you get this right. Make the only competition that you have yourself. You are your only competition. Don't look at, oh my God, look at her legs and look at her abs. And she is not going home with you. She is not paying your bill. He is not, it's you. So your only competition is being better than you were yesterday. Your mind has to be so focused on, my focus is on me being better than I was yesterday. I look at even in the business that I'm at, my goal right now is to help more people than I helped last month, more people than I helped last year. I'm not just focused on me. It's what the circle that God has put me in. I got to be able to say, okay, how can I be more of an impact to this group of women that God has entrusted to me, this group of couples that I have the privilege of being able to coach and mentor. So you got to take the way and be patient with your process and focus on you. Focus on what the assignment is for you. There are people that he's assigned to you, not to that person and that you and yourself, right? So you want to really definitely be mindful of that, right? And another one is mindfulness. Mindfulness really means just staying in your present and being focused, like just being grateful for where you are. Gratitude is a seed for more. And I think a lot of us, because we don't we take gratitude for granted. We don't realize that this one thing is literally the springboard to the next thing. Whatever you're grateful for, do you know what you do? When you're grateful for something, you know what you do? You open up the door for you to get more of it. I can't even tell you the amount of women in particular that I've met that struggle, they don't have finances. And I asked them to do one thing. I said, go into your purse right now, and y'all can try this. I'm not going to put anybody on the spot, but go into your purse right now and pull out your wallet. And when they pull out their wallet, I said, let me see your money in your wallet, cash or their purse or in their bag. And I can't tell you the amount of times that when they pull out their money, it's all over the place. Dollar bills crumble up here, some over there, not even put in order. You know what that told me? That told me that they're not even grateful for what they have, because whatever you're grateful for, you take care of it. You put it in order. You honor it. Whatever you honor gives you access to more. And when you just throw your money around, people walk by pennies on the floor. Oh, that's only a penny. Not grateful. And then you want more to come in. I said, until you get that in order, God can't give you more of that. Same thing with friendships. Show me a friend. Birthdays come up. Not even a hello, happy birthday. People, families pass away. Not, hey girl, how you doing? Just certain basic fundamentals that a lot of the times we don't even think about because we're like so caught up in our world. But these are some of the fundamental things that we have to understand and be mindful of. Gratitude is the seed for more. You got to practice gratitude every day. Look for an opportunity to practice gratitude. It will shift your perspective and focus away from the negative things and the things that you don't have and the things that you don't want. It will focus on, thank you, God, for a breath of life that I got up today. Somebody didn't get up today. Somebody didn't make it. Somebody's not making it home tonight. Gratitude, gratitude. The other thing is surround yourself with people that are positive, ladies. You want to be around people that's going to uplift you. You know, if you're a wet log and you get a wet log close enough to fire, do you know what happens to that wet log? If it stays around the fire, at some point, it will catch on fire. I don't care how wet a log it is. It just keeps staying around the fire, it will start drying out. And eventually, guess what? It's going to catch on fire. You've got to get around people who are supportive and optimistic. Can they support you on your journey? Can they give you insight and things that you can use so that you can become better version of yourself? These are some of the things that you want to be very mindful of and be part of as you build this muscle, this mindset muscle. It's so imperative that you recognize that stuff, because otherwise, guess what? You're going to fall by the wayside. And last but not least, take care of yourself. You know, I applaud all of you that's sitting in there right now on those mats, probably getting ready to get beat down by fate with this workout. But I applaud you, because you know what? It tells me you've prioritized some time for yourself to take care of your body. And not just your body, your mind, your soul, and your spirit. They're equally the same. I meet so many people that their body is bang, but their mind messed up. Their spirit, no discernment. Somebody could literally be walking at them and they could be the devil with horns and they can't discern that because they're not in tune with their spirit man. So when you talk about self-care, prioritizing self-care, there's multiple parts of that. It's not just getting in the gym. It's not just eating right. It's not just drinking water. It's not just reading motivational books. It's a combination of all of that. It's a combination of spiritually. And I believe the spiritual side is the most important, to be honest with you. Because if you're not spiritually, like, you don't know it until you get your back in the wall. Like I talk about, until that resilience have to hit you, you're like, bam, I can't do this on my own. Now I'm pulling for Jesus, God, help me. But if you get your spiritual man in order, all those other things, guess what? They fall in line. They absolutely fall in line. But self-care is so important for this mindset muscle that you want to build. When you put these things in perspective, I don't care what the goal at hand is, what the task at hand is, you are going to win. Unequivocally, without doubt, without fail. And is it going to take work? Absolutely. This is not something that happens overnight. It took years for some areas of this for me to resonate with me. And even still, right now, I'm still growing. I'm still putting myself in environments that I get stretched, because anything that gets stretched can never go back to its original form. So you want to be in a place where you're constantly stretching yourself. You want to be even on Instagram. Instagram is such a great thing, but such a bad thing. You want to follow people that when you get off their page, you feel inspired. You feel great. Not people you look at and you're like, oh my God, you're comparing yourself, or it doesn't edify your spirit, doesn't edify you. It's just, you just feel worse than you did before. I went through, even right now, I'm about to clean out my whole social media again. And I don't care if I have 30 people I'm following. But I know if their thing come up on my feed, guess what? It's going to be something that motivates me. So I encourage you, those of you that are drinking our juice, drink the juice, but utilize it. Ask Faith, how can I utilize this to benefit me? But also, I think most important, be a part of the community that we're part of. I say it all the time. You what you get here, you couldn't pay. You couldn't pay for it. I've gone to seminars and I've had mentorship where they've charged me thousands. I'm a John Maxwell certified coach. I paid $5,000 to get certified, to be in a room with him for 2 days. That didn't include hotel, food, and all that. And because I'm part of this platform, I've heard from him multiple times, about to hear from him in another 2 months, have a relationship now in that group, because I'm connected to the right people. Get around people that will push you, that will motivate you, as opposed to people that will want to keep you in the same place that you are. So Faith, I hope that, I was able to share some information that could help those ladies that are part of tonight, those that join us via Zoom. And guys, follow me on Instagram. I wrote 2 books about really how to balance life, and one of them talks about goal setting, which is another thing you definitely want to do. You can get them on go to my Instagram, Angela Foyle Cruickshank. Somebody could drop it in the chat. Go follow. You know, even now, God gave me an opportunity to develop a community of women, and it's called Women Bloom Network. And really, what it focuses on is taking women with their raw material, raw self, because we all have a raw material that God has given us, a gift, and bloom. There's something that God has put inside of every single one of us. Everyone. There's not one woman that I've ever met, and men too, but my focus is really on women, that if we sit down and we figure out what that gift is and we learn how to monetize that gift, that you can't be wealthy. And so Women Bloom is really about that. It's about cultivating that woman to be a wife, to be a mother, to be a boss lady. Just do what it is God's called you to do. So I look forward to meeting some of you. If I haven't met you yet, I definitely look forward to meeting each and every one of you in the very near future. So Faith, I'll turn it back over to you. If there's any questions or anything else you want me to share at this point, go ahead, let me know.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh. Okay, so I had to switch off the other audio. Thank you so much, Angela. Always powerful. I'm gonna see you in Atlanta for sure, for sure, for sure. Trying to get some ladies to come down. Me and
Come
Ashley will
on.
be there. But I know the ladies definitely got some value. Those in the room, those on Zoom. We just wrapped up our workout as well. So just want to say thank you so much for sharing with us, sharing your story, sharing those amazing tips. And yeah, we'll definitely love to have you back sometime as well.
Absolutely. And I look forward to seeing them in Atlanta as well.
Yes.
Please get in the room, get in the room with other women that are going to be pillars to help you grow. That's all I could say. You know, oftentimes we don't get access. And the difference between those that are rich and wealthy and those that are broke or struggling or living paycheck to paycheck or mentally struggling, it's access to information. When you get in the room and you get access to information, and I just touched the iceberg, what you're going to hear and be a part of for a whole weekend, you'll never be the same. So definitely get yourself into the room so you can hear from those individuals as well. So Faith, thank you so much for the opportunity to share, and definitely looking forward to seeing you in 2 months. 2 months.
Yes. Have a great night, Angela. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care, guys.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.